These are the concerns for cloud security. We will see them in detail. Multi-tenancy is a concept where multiple virtual machines are located in a single infrastructure. In case of public cloud, my company would be using one virtual machine and my competitor company would use another virtual machine in the same cloud. That is how multi-tenancy brings in a new security threat. How does a cloud security enforce security? Mutual client isolation is a key measure against multi-tenancy related concerns. Another concern is velocity of attack. As we discussed, thousands of users, thousands of terabyte data in the cloud. So, if there is any attack, there will be a chance of spreading to entire cloud. To enforce the challenge CSP, need to deploy stronger security mechanisms. When the competitor is in the same cloud, how do you ensure that your competitor is not stealing your data? Confidentiality, integrity, availability is the major objective of information security and authentication. Authorization are other objectives to ensure information security. In cloud, data belonging to a client is maintained by a CSP who has access to the data, but they are not the legitimate owner of it. Only organization owns the data. Data should be protected using encryption and access control mechanisms. Privacy is another concern. Since multiple enterprises users are using the cloud, how do you ensure that your data is private? Here, CSP needs to provide data privacy mechanisms. These are the threats for cloud security. We will see them in detail. VM theft is a vulnerability that enables an attacker to copy or move a VM in an unauthorized manner. To prevent this, copy and move restrictions should be deployed. It enables an attacker to install a rogue hypervisor or virtual machine monitor that can take control of the underlying server resources. An attacker could control the interaction between the VMs and the underlying server. Measures against hijacking is scanning hardware level details to access the integrity of the hypervisor and locating the presence of rogue hypervisor. Another threat is data leakage. Confidential data stored on a public cloud is potentially vulnerable to unauthorized access or manipulation. Cloud users must evaluate end-to-end data protection measures by all the concerned parties who have any level of access on the data. Denial of service. It is an attempt to prevent valid users from accessing a resource or service. A DOS attack involves exhausting resources, exploiting weakness in communication protocols. For example, resetting TCP session, corrupting DNS cache. Resource consumption of a VM needs to be restricted to prevent this issue.
Created using Powtoon.